morning everybody, welcome to the Grosvenor House Hotel for the launch of our latest show, London's Finest, March the 9th, Wembley Arena. It's a great time for British boxing at the moment. A number of our fighters involved in huge world title fights. I think the game is buzzing again and we're excited to get back to Wembley to display London's finest. Young fighters and talents at all different stages of their career, from world title aspirations to GB rising stars who are going to be huge future names within the sport. Just to introduce our guests today, and we've got a lot of them, down the end, I believe one of the best prospects in the country, a future champion, someone who we're very, very excited to move forward with. Young Martin Ward, 4-0, moving into the new season or the new year. Next to him, someone who bugs me 24 hours a day, and certainly has got massive potential to be a future Matchroom sport matchmaker employer. Southern area light welterweight champion, Danny Connor. Next to him, someone that I am very, very excited and delighted to be part of the Matchroom shows and team. Someone who, within the prize fighter tournament, showed an unbelievable amount of natural ability, as his nickname suggests, going into that fight with just 2 wins and coming out with 32 grand and a prize fighter trophy and beating some hugely talented and experienced people on the way. 34 grand. Oh yeah, the 2 grand that I had to bump Spencer Field. But you know, he's got a good team behind him, a shy manager in Spencer Field as well. Larry Ekundayo, big part of the show moving forward. To his left, the ever charismatic, great singer, great fighter, great smile, great story, Erick the Eagle Ocheing. To his left, someone who I feel is almost like a new signing for Matchroom Sport. Was in the wilderness, we didn't know what was going to happen, came back, looked like $1 million against Kerry Hope at Olympia, and now back and ready for another shot at the world title, Darren Barker. To my left, someone who we was hoping to be involved with an absolute barnstormer on that same show, but will be involved in that same fight on March the 9th, Purdy taking on Carson Jones. Another charismatic member of the team, shy, you've got to be shy to call yourself the Macho Man. Wadi Camacho making big strides, involved in a great fight with Harry Miles on our last show. And to his left, Evangelo will be challenging Danny Connor for the Southern Area title on the show. I'm going to ask the fighters to say a few words before I tell you a little bit more about the show. And we'll start with Danny Connor actually, because he's I know he's shy, he's always got a lot to say, but Danny, I know you spoke very well at the last press conference. I apologise because I told you that you thought you won the last fight with Chris. You definitely did win that last fight with Chris. But I know Chris was a little bit upset because you had an eyelash in your eye and you had to pull out the last fight. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, yeah, I had an eyelash in my eye, I was plucking my eyebrows on there, and you know, stuff happened. But Chris might have beat me if I'd have boxed him, because obviously I couldn't see him. It's the only way he's going to get a win over me at the end of the day. Like that. Yeah, like I pulled out, I had a bad eye, I had a conjunctivitis, it got infected, I couldn't see properly, so he wants to fight me when I'm 100% and he wants to beat me when I'm 100%, not when I'm 80, 70 or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So pulled out, done the best thing for me, gonna box him again now, there won't be no pull-outs this time around, so just let it crack on. I won't do too much talking as I usually do, but I let mine do the talking on the night and we'll go from there.
And back to Chris's backyard, if you like.
Yeah, don't matter to me. Alexandra Palace was his backyard. Nobody. How many houses has this fella got? You know what I mean? Yeah, no, it don't matter to me where it is, mate. I'm serious. Like, it don't matter. I would literally fight him in his backyard. It wouldn't matter to me as long as I'm fighting for the belt, and that's all that matters. It's one of them things, isn't it? Don't matter where we are. Let these fans come up and once we're in the ring together. So it's one of them things, isn't it?
Thanks, Danny. Chris, tell us about these houses. Because I think you know your purse.
You need to raise that first, need another one. You know, it's so hard to hate this guy, seriously. He talks so well and he's a funny geezer. Honestly, I've been waiting to buy this guy a drink for about 7 months now, but he's been on the other side of the ring and I can't do that yet. But honestly, the new year started off so well for me. I'm so happy. The 9th of March is a massive night for me, and Danny as well, because there's going to be so many people at Wembley Arena. You know, it was my birthday the other week, and I'm 27. I fought at Wembley twice before in my life, and you know, just going there once is good enough. To go there for the 3rd time, and now for a title, it's amazing. And I want to just say to Danny that I really do appreciate in this sport there are injuries. We're one of the toughest sports in the world, and everyone on this table can agree with that. Apart from Eddie, put the fights on. But you know, I tell you now that the 9th of March is going to be such a big night for all of us. I've got so many fans coming down, waiting for this rematch to happen. Danny's been in my head too many months now. You know, every time I'm training, he's there, he's in front of me. Finally want to put this to bed, and then finally I'll buy you that drink. All right, Danny?
Yeah, cool.
All right, let's get it on.
Say one thing as well. This is like, I weren't forced to make this fight. The board didn't say that I had to take this fight. This is voluntary. Like I said,
and I appreciate that.
I would give him the fight.
Thank you.
Like no one's forced me into this. Like I want to clear things up. It was a close fight. Chris's fans or whatever, everyone said it was a close fight. Could have gone either way, which is fair enough. We've stopped living in the past now. You know what I mean? That's happened. It's gone. It's done and dusted. We get on with this next fight, and we see whose hands raised after that.
And I appreciate taking the rematch, Danny. You're a man for doing that.
Cool,
but you know, let's be friends after the fight, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, let's do it.
I wish I had some world champions that spoke as well as these two. Unbelievable. This just shows you this is a Southern area type of fight. This is a big fight for both of them, but one of the fights I'm looking forward to the most on the card, because I think it's a brilliant fight the first time round. I think it's going to be a brilliant fight again. Larry, let's hear from you. That smile is different gravy, mate. It really is. Back on the card, obviously you had a huge night at Prize Fighter. 34,000. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen to a young fighter winning that kind of money, because I know what kind of purse Spencer's after now. But you know, obviously you've never been past 4 rounds before, so we're stepping you up. An 8 or 10 rounder on the bill, and exciting times.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone that have believed in me, and most especially my team and Hearn for making me showcase my talent on the Sky Sport. Winning 34 grand is a lot, to be honest, for the first time. I mean, that's my 3rd outing in the sport. You know, it's like I just won a jackpot, and yeah, and that helps as well. Going back home for the first time after almost 11 years, and I buy a few cows and that, and get to see where my parents are buried, and I don't even know what to say. You know, I'm looking forward to this next fight. I've never been past 4 rounds before, and we always train for 12 and more rounds in the gym. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Good man. Erick, probably one of the toughest guys to match at the moment. Just to let you know about Erick's situation. Obviously, Brian Rose is at a pivotal point in his career at the moment, probably stepping up for other honours. So, you know, we're looking at either fighting Brian himself or looking at having an eliminator for that title, or even fighting for the vacant title. Erick's ready now. I don't want to keep him floating around the English title for too long, because you know you can become stale doing that. But keeping him busy, and the Eagle will be back on March the 9th, ready for new challenges.
Absolutely, the Eagle will be landing. First of all, you know, I want to thank Sky Sport and Matchroom Sport. This guy been good. They've been good to me, I'm telling you. And it's a privilege to be a part of growing and of Matchroom's taking over. And the most important thing is obviously the fans, and you know, you lot come out to watch and support, which means it means a lot. You know, I've got, you know, what I gotta do is train hard, because I've got the best team behind me, great manager in the business, Brian Lawrence, as I keep saying, best promoter in the business, Eddie Hearn, and all I gotta do is, you know, train hard and beat whoever's put in front of me. Every time they bring fights, I always take them, because as I keep saying, I can't stress it enough, but I see myself as a world champion. Before I had my first amateur fight, I knew what I want to achieve, so can't help it but be confident and be a part of a great team. And the 9th is coming, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Good man, and his stable mate, the also shy Wadi. Good fight last time out, fight of the night, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It was a hard fight, you know, like last minute changing out. But, you know, it's a good thing, like I said, that I went to Ireland. I was sparring with Mike Perez, so the southpaw stance was in my head. But yeah, I'll give him great credit now for obviously taking the fight and, you know, show the best out of me that also I can take a shot and still come back on top with big bombs. So, like, the 9th of March now, whoever it is, they're going to get the same medicine. So, you know, everyone should, like, come down and support.
An interesting spectator in the Chris Keane-McPhilbin fight tonight. Could be one for you tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Like I always said, you know, like, I believe I'm something special. And, you know, but obviously the time will come, you know, that I'm going to be shown. And whoever it is for the 9th of March now, we're going to get the same medicine as well.
And Lee, heartbreak for the last one, mate, wasn't it? Because that
absolutely,
was,
yeah. You know, all the hard work had been done. I was a week out from the fight, and to pull out, I was absolutely devastated. And I can imagine Carson Jones was the same. He stepped in against Dean Burns, and I ain't reading too much into his performance. I'll just be expecting the best Carson Jones on the 9th.
I think Purdy Jones has got a classic written all over it. I think everybody knows that, and like you said, don't take too much from the Dean Burn performance, and Dean Burn was actually fantastic on the night as well. Dazzling, we're back on the road.
Back on the road. Who would have thought? 2 fights in 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, I can't wait to get in, mate.
And Kerry Hope, you know, I know that you always felt you were levels above that, but coming back, pleased with the performance. A lot of people talking about you again.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of pressure with the Kerry Hope fight because, you know, people were saying, you know, it was a formality and I'd win quite comfortably, but you think just, you know, there's a fine line between winning and losing in boxing. You've got, you know, 2 arms, 2 legs, and it can easily go wrong. So I was pleased to get the win in good fashion, and, you know, just catapult me back to where I want to be and fight for world title.
We'll be announcing Darren's opponent next week. I've already spoke to the press talking about the likes of Zendrick, Vera, Ayala, Mora. You know, these are the kind of fights we want for Darren moving forward. One final test before we look back into that world title fight or big domestic fight. Andy Lee is a fight that we very much like the look of. We spoke to him about the fight, but he wants to have a warm-up fight, which he's having on the Carl Frampton bill on February the 9th. But that's a fight that we feel we could make. And, you know, we announced a little fight this week, Carl Froch against Mikael Kessler. I know that all of these boys in the room would love to be a part of that show. So they're all fighting for that. But I think Barker against Lee is one that, you know, would make sense for that kind of show. And again, you know, or even at a show on its own, Barker against Murray, should he be unsuccessful against Martinez, Barker against Macklin. These are all the kind of fights that we hope can happen, and I think this summer we can make them happen. Tickets for this are going to start from £20, something that people haven't seen really for a long time. We want to fill up this arena, we want to make it as accessible to people as we can. And we're going to pack the place out basically. March the 9th, Wembley. John Ryder will also be on the bill. He's not here, he's sparring with Kell Brooks without in Sheffield. And we've got a couple of other very interesting people in the room which I want to make available for media as well. Barry McGuigan over there, and our super bantamweight star Carl Frampton taking on Kiko Martinez on February the 9th. A packed out Odyssey, tickets absolutely flying for that. And my good friend Callis Howland, who's been spoke to more times than my wife over the last week or so in making the Froch Kessler fight, so making use of those guys. And you know, like I said before, boxing is buzzing at the moment. Every show we seem to go on sale with is just absolutely flying with the tickets. Odyssey, a brilliant example. We've got so many great young fighters, so many fighters at the top of their games, and it's going to be a huge year, not just for Matchroom boxing, for British boxing. And thanks as always for coming out to support our fighters, British fighters, and let's get behind the sport and our fighters and make it a huge year. So we'll have a photo now and then take advantage of these guys for one-on-ones, and we'll see you on the 9th, if not before. Thank you very much.